qaadaya aniga Ali waxaan isbaranay 2017kii markaan campaign-kayga u cararay waa nin leh khibrad oo macnaha hadda ka hor u orday waa nin daacada waa nin aad u furan waa nin bulshada raba inuu u shaqeeyo meeshuu u ordayna waa kuwa siyaara
walaalkii uu dadkaas dhan caawin karo uu wax u tari karo laakiin keligiis wax ma suubin karo waa marka hore inaan booska gelin sidee u gelin karnaa weeyo kala duwan waa saddex wey aan isleeyahay saddexda waa in la taakuleeyaa tan labaad waa in canvassing loo sugiyaa tan saddexaad waa in aan cod siinaa.
The reason we're all here today is because of Ali. It's all about how can we make him succeed so he can get to that office. That's the whole key that we are here today. It looks like the road has been paved before by our brother here, Ahmed Abdi. So it's not far from fetch. We can get there. Haddaynu Ali anagu caawin weyn nin kaloo caawinaya ma jiro.
Sida ogtihiin dadka ugu firfircoonaya ku jirna state-kan marka waxay muhiim u tahay inaan position-kan aan helno sida kaliya oo ku heli karno waa dadaal dheeraad inaan sameeyno oo kii ka hor 2017 aan sameeyno 2017 we came close 40% almost 40% of the vote King County 182,000 marka dadkii way kaceen oo waxay macnaha cadaanka ayaa dhahay wait a minute ma u maleynay in arrintan ay dhici karto laakiin meesha aan gaarnay ayaa waxay tusay in meel ka sare la gaari karo maantana waan joognaa Ali Scego ayaa ah ninka gaari karo meel ka sare meesha
taariikhda naga dhaxayso aniga iyo Ali waxaan jeclaan lahaa dadka inaan baro aan aqoon qofku Ali yahay Ali Scego meeshu ka yimid sidii ku yimid iyo sidii u socdo insha Allah so Ali waa qofka meesha aniga maanta ku taaganahay dadkii waxaa weeyaan ka qayb qaatay weey qofka aniga ahay taariikhda dheer aan leenahay waa taasna Ali bal in Ali Scego ay la soo dhaweysaan una idin sheego sababta uu ordayo uu rabo inuu ka mid noqdo komishnariyada so hadda fadlan ila soo dhaweeya adeerkay walaalkay aabahay labaad my brother-in-law Ali Scego.
My name is Ali Scego. I moved, as you said, I moved to Seattle in 1991, and with degree of economics, thinking that I'll come here, I'll be next to Nordstrom, make money, and go my merry way. But that was my plan. That was, you know that you have your own plan, but God has His own plan. Okay. So when I get the first call from the Seattle School District, say that the wave of Somalis family came and there's no help with Seattle School District, that was a higher call. When you respond a call, it's called higher call. So that call was the call that I just say, okay, I'm going to help them. And that changed my whole projection in life and my probably earning anything. But majority of the thing is what I'm getting out of it is more satisfaction than what you earn. So I end up going to Seattle School District and work very hard to see people that like Abdulwali. I still have some picture of him on 7th grade, and that's his only card that I can use against him. And every time I go this place and do my taxes, and I take that card, I get a discount. So, well, as you know, then what I realized is that you try to help the kids to succeed, but the kids cannot succeed if the families are not successful and the families are not stable. So I figured out what was the root cause of the problem of why the kids are moving from one school district to another district, from one house to another house, is the adult employment. So I shift gears from the kids. If I want to help the kids, I need to help the parents first. So I moved from education to workforce. So that gave me opportunity to stabilize. That gives me opportunity to stabilize the families. Once you stabilize the family, then you stabilize the child. So now it's more like a holistic approach than just helping one person. So I had the opportunity, and I've been blessed with the good attitude that God gave me, that I was able to approach people and able to help them. And I enjoyed it. Actually, I enjoyed helping people because, especially when you're helping the kids, you will see within 5 years, you see the change. You know, when you see someone in middle school, it will not be the same in high school. So you see a reward quicker. And so in the last 20 years, I helped a lot of people stabilize their lives, whether you are a low income or displaced homemaker, or if you are being laid off from the job. Then what we realize is that the majority of the people who work at the airport, almost 85%, they have no representation. You know, so representation matters. As Ahmed Abdul always saying, if you're not in the boardroom, you're in a menu. So we don't want people to be kind of make a decision out of based of their understanding of life. So we have 5 commissioners. None of them have the life experience of the 85,000 people who work at the airport. They don't have an immigrant experience, they don't have a refugee experience, they don't have a poverty experience, they don't have low income experience. They're just there because they were able to get the vote. And then some of them, they just use that office as kind of stepping stone rather than place that you make things happen. If you guys know that when CTAC and that Ahmed Abdi and his team worked very hard, that minimum wage was $15. So once the minimum wage came as a base $15, the city of CTAC, which is the airport is located at CTAC, they decided to exclude themselves because they thought that given $15, you are shortchanging either Alaska Airlines or Delta Airlines or SkyChef or any other agencies, ABMs, and because those agencies are quarterly agencies, every quarter they have to show profit. So they were not understanding that if I give you $1 extra to someone who are low income, that dollar is going to stay in the community, that doesn't go in the bank account. That dollar is going to be able to change someone's life. You can make, you can buy new shoes for your child. So they did not understand that complexity of the economy that the low income people live. Because that dollar is not going to go saving, that dollar is going to be spent. So that actually creates an engine. So luckily, after the fight, after the union, they were able to get their win. And now they're going to be paid. But that's not the problem, because once we know that if you have someone at $15, every year, the maximum they will get is 25 cents raise. If you are there for 3 years, you're going to be making 75. So that is not going to be upper mobility. There's nothing a plan for it. So when I discussed it about the port, I said, hey, how you guys would like to help these 85,000 people who work at the airport in and out a day? They say, oh, they don't work for the airport, so we have nothing to do with them. So I said, no, you guys have more responsibility. This is the 85,000 people who create the engine, that you guys, And besides, we as a taxpayer, we pay 1.3% of your property tax, which comes to almost $73 million. In the port of Seattle last year, they had revenue of $750 million. They spent almost $500 million, and $500 million, and still they had a revenue of 257, and they still took some money out of us. So they don't like to recycle that money and give people back. Okay. And as Zach said, the airport is, if you look at from the Wamish River to all the way Federal Way, like 277, that is the takeoff and landing. And anytime you have an airport, the airplane comes in, they are polluting. Not only the noise level, but actually the microbes that they're going to leave behind. So the idea was, okay, we will give them some soundproof houses. Well, guess what? During the summertime, if you close the doors, the place becomes hot. It's like an oven. So I talked to a lot of families, and they say, no, that's the solution. So the port can use some of that money to give them air filter or air condition those communities. Not only they don't have solution, they're even taxing those people. You still get taxed whether you live SeaTac or you live in North Bend, where you don't hear the noise, where you don't get the pollution. So I have major plans, because the port is not working for everybody. If you are travelers, you cannot get in and out quick, and you go to the airport, the line is not predictable, and like you may spend 2 hours for a flight that you may go 3 hours, so you may already spend 2-3 hours just in line. So what I'm suggesting is to create ways to reduce the movement around the airport. Like almost all those 85,000 people that we talked about are solo commuters. They just come. So what I'm proposing is to give them order cars so people can take the metro. So that will reduce the traffic people especially during the shift change. What I'm proposing is also to not going to have a line that you have to pay money, which is called clear. You have to pay like $20 so you can get the express. That's another toll system. That's taxation. That everybody should be getting the same access, whether you are making money or not. So what I'm proposing is to eliminate that clear line, so people can have, so the airport's going to open more security lines, so people can get in and out. And you can create an app where you can check how long it's going to be, half an hour wait, 45 minutes wait, so you don't have to be bad yourself, coming 2 hours, 3 hours early if you know the wait is not going to be more than half an hour. So that is what's called predictability, it's predictable check-in. Another thing is the environment. That $73 million, some of them can be clean, use money to clean the airport. The second item that I'm very focused is the workforce. I want the board to think these people differently, because these people, if they work the airport, they create the economy. Therefore, we're going to create what they call career pathways. If you are a janitor, you work APM today, and you have aim that you're going to be working as a gate agent for Alaska Airlines, that's something that we can create your pathway out. Today you are Uber driver, you're sitting there, you can say, well, my vision is maybe become a pilot. Why not? Let's find your pathway out. You may be a truck driver and sit at the airport and see you making less money than longshoreman, and you want to become longshoreman apprenticeship program, why not? So that's what I'm talking about, creating, saying, let's not worry about every year about raising the minimum wage, but the minimum wage will be based just to come in. It's not going to be a base that you're going to stay there for 3 years, 5 years. Everybody has to have some plan out. That way, you don't wait until you become 1575. In 3 years, you gain skill level, then you can earn $19 to $21. So that way, you don't have to worry about picking every time, just to ask the call of adjustment. The third item is the workforce housing. The port is the second, actually, I thought it was second largest, but actually the port is the largest land owner in King County. Yes. So what I'm proposing is that either they can swap land or find land that they can appropriate housing and build housing for the people who work at the airport. So that way you are priority. You're not going to be commuting Puyallup just to make $15, but you're going to live close to the airport where you can have in and out easily. So that is one of those agenda that I have, and that's why I'm asking you support, because I can make an impact on those 85,000. Majority of people Somali and East African. The majority of people that I know, my own cousin work at the airport, my own relatives work at the airport, my own friends that work at the airport. The people who work at the airport are some of the people that I placed them there as employment. So those people have moral responsibility. I'm not going to be making a bad policy, because those people tomorrow, I will meet them either in the masjid or meet them in the restaurants, where they will come to me and say, Ali, that was bad policy, that affects me. And if you cannot find me in those places, they're probably one person away to get me a hold. They can ask anyone else, say, what's Ali's phone number, and I'm sure they can get hold of it. That's why when Salah was in the union, and Sheikh Hassan was in the union, went there for endorsement, they will talk about, well, there's this guy that we know that he is a friend of one of our legislators. He may be pro-union. And Salah and Sheikh Hassan said, wait a minute, these people are politicians, they come in and out, we don't know them. But we know Ali, we know how to find Ali. So Ali is not going to be someone strange to our community. We know Ali's track record. Ali is not going to make a bad policy that against the union or against the people. He's always will be champion for the people and will be champion for the people. So that's why I say my day job and my values that I work, the job that I do in the morning will be almost the same the job I'm going to be doing for the community. In the day job, I'm helping people. At the boardroom, I'm going to be helping the people. So that's why I'm asking your endorsement and your support. Go visit alishego.com and contribute.
My name is Mohammed from Seattle. I'm going to support Ali.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Muhammad Igal. I'm here to support Ali Scego to make him the next commissioner of Port of Seattle.